I'm Pastor George Borghardt, and this is another Higher Things video short. Thanksgiving. That's the subject of today's Higher Things video short. Well, wait, we've done that before, Pastor. Well, yeah, and every Thanksgiving I sort of think about my grandfather, who would gather us all together. And when we were together, he would say to us, well, thank God we're together because we may not always be together. And we would be like, Papa, that's absurd. Every year we get together for Thanksgiving and nothing's changing anytime soon. And then Papa was gone. That's the way life is, here today and tomorrow, gone. And is a technical theological term, which means asleep. Our friends and our family are here today and tomorrow they're gone. Which means the yearly celebration of something like Thanksgiving is a time to reconcile and love those around you with the gifts the Lord has given you. Now, you should celebrate Thanksgiving, or you are given to celebrate Thanksgiving, gospel, not law, every Lord's Day and all feast days, when the Lord gathers you around for his supper, because supper, the Lord's Supper, used to be called in the early church the Eucharist. In fact, some churches still today call it Eucharist. Eucharist is the Greek word that means thanksgiving. Not just in November, every Sunday. And the Lord gives you his gifts and you are thankful, or better yet, he is thankful that you are receiving them. You see, the heaven will not be perfect for your Father in heaven if he doesn't have you. Have you ever thought about that? The Father is thankful for you. Jesus, thankful for Calvary because it saves you. The Spirit, thankful to be giving you his gifts in the Word and in the sacrament. Now, that sort of gives us a segue of something to be thankful for, which is faith. That we believe this gospel, that our children believe this gospel, that our family believes this gospel. I wasn't raised Lutheran. This is important to me. I thank God, first and foremost, for that my family believes that Jesus saved them and that I'm kept in this faith this past year. Then after that comes all the first article gifts. Body, soul, eyes, ears, and all our members, our reason and all our senses. He still takes care of them today. He gives us clothing, shoes, house, home, land, animals, and all that we have. He richly and daily provides us with all that we need to support this body and life. You see, Thanksgiving should be like a smorgasbord or a extravaganza of thankfulness in the first article. Open up that catechism. See that first article. You'll see all the gifts the Lord has given you. And all this he does out of fatherly divine mercy without any merit or worthiness in you, which means he does it for free. Despite the fact that you don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Now that sort of thankfulness flows into not just being thankful for all the gifts that he's given us in front of us, but also the gifts that he didn't give us, the trials and tribulations we've had in the past year. You see, those things didn't happen to you devoid of a Father who will not have heaven perfect without you there. Just look at Calvary. And if he's thankful that he saved you, and that he's always trying to save you, and he sent his son to die for you, that means your enemies, those who are persecuting you, those hardships that you have, the things that didn't go your way this year, the jobs you didn't get, the grades that didn't happen, all are gift too, because it wouldn't have happened to you in this life if the Lord wasn't using all of these things to save you, or using you in all these things to help and save others. So thank God for your enemies this year, for those who aren't jiving with you. And don't just thank God, stop with that, then run to them and love them as God in Christ has loved you, and reach out to them because they may not be here next year and you may not be here next year. And that now is the time for mercy and forgiveness. I guess that makes little brothers and little sisters something to be thankful for. All of these gifts come to you from the Father, who gave up his Son, who loves you, and whose Son's birth we'll be celebrating soon in the season of Advent, as he moves us steadily toward Calvary, his suffering and death, and his resurrection, which is our resurrection. All of this received with thankfulness in his Eucharist, his feast, the Lord's Supper. Thank God that the Lord has given us this time together once again. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you and to your family, and the Lord grant you thankfulness for all the gifts he's given you, good And, well, good to him, but not good to you. I'm Pastor George Borghardt, and this has been another Higher Things video short.